All right, here we are on a Sunday, of all things.
Yep.
Of all days.
Yes, yes.
Everybody's in studio. Tom, Crunch, and Tad.
Hey,
Yep.
What's up, Mike?
it's Sunday.
Yes, it is.
All day.
We are Power and Speed.
Like us on Facebook.
Way to go, Tad.
What, you forgot?
Dynamite.
Forgot iTunes already? Dipshit.
Hey, 90875 for all you people that are listening on a Sunday at 3 o'clock.
During the Jets and Giants
Yeah,
game.
908-751-0211. We're not expecting any calls today, but Tad may call in just to fake it for us.
Well, let's clarify while we're on, because you are going to be leaving for PRI.
Yep, leaving tomorrow.
So your attendance record has
been-
come under scrutiny.
Sketchy.
Yeah, it has.
I have to tell you.
I know.
It's getting a little silly.
Demerits.
He needs at least 4 now. Don't you think? Because look, this
I'm
is
going to get 4 at one time?
listen, back-to-back disappearances.
Yeah.
And of course, taking our time out to reschedule this to make sure that Hollywood Tom gets his mic time.
Yep.
Hollywood.
He gets to be a diva if he doesn't get on mic once a week.
Whoa.
All right, so that is all bullshit. We came up here for a reason today. I don't know if we'll get to talking about it, but we had a lot of fun this morning. A lot.
Bullseye.
So what do you got, Michael?
Nothing. Hang on.
All right, moving on. Tad?
If I say dynamite more than 3 times, then we're going to put us on a list or something I heard.
Okay,
Your
JJ.
JJ Walker comment was much better.
It was funny.
Yeah, but I kind of lead up to it.
Yeah, but you can't lead into your own joke there, dipshit. Tad, see, what people are missing here is Tad actually had a rather creative, good line. Spontaneous, spur of the moment, so he's trying to recreate it. Not so much.
It just bombed.
Yeah.
Crunch?
Well, I'm going to Baldy's race at Orlando Speedway.
Baldy.
Yeah, Baldy. One of the grudge guys for the grudge race finale for down there. It's going to be a good event. It's 3 days.
What other nicknames are going to be down there? I got a nickname for me, by the way, too.
A racing nickname?
Yeah, fat guy.
Fat?
That guy racing.
You're not fat, though. Who gave it to you?
Me.
Oh. You can't name yourself.
I kind of prefer diva.
Oh.
That's okay.
I like
So,
Hollywood.
There's going to be a lot of guys there.
You said big race, right?
Yeah,
One of
big-
them, at least.
Oh, man. It's like 66 races locked up right now, grudge races.
Yeah, it's going to be an all-day event.
Yeah, and they usually get them done. If it's 66, usually they're going to go through at least 50.
Wow.
Because those guys, it's the real grudge racers from all over the country will be right there. The weather's great, so.
Yep.
Young Stang from up here, he has 2 races. So,
2 races, same car?
yeah, he has,
No, his car.
his car.
Against 2
with
different guys.
2 different guys.
Yep.
And, it's going to be a good day.
Nice.
Something to do. Get
When you
away.
leaving?
Friday night,
When you coming back?
Sunday night.
You driving?
See, he can
No,
get
take
back
it
in
out.
time, Tom.
Oh.
I'm taking the plane.
Okay.
My son and I, we're going down. Did you hear that stab?
Yeah, I did.
I just, you were looking at me. I didn't know if you noticed.
No, I hear everything
It
he
was like-
says. It's like daggers coming from that side of the room. I get back a lot.
But you do have good content.
I do.
Finally,
I make material. That's why I'm allowed to be a diva.
yes.
Oh,
Dyno test, 3.0?
Yeah, 3.0.
Was finally a
Yeah,
success.
Yeah, big success.
And you were contemplating 4.0, weren't you? Like going down there again?
on the plane on the way back. Well, I mean, are we going to tell the story?
Sure, tell the story.
Okay, so, anybody that remembers, I went down to do an engine test about a month ago, and it didn't come off exactly right. In fact, the motor never made it to the dyno. 2 weeks after that, we got to the dyno, spent a 12-hour day and couldn't get the thing running. We had a big electronics package problem.
What kind of motor is this?
It's a Toyota 2JZ 3-liter with a Garrett 88 Pro mod on it, big turbo. And it's a parts test. It's a durability test for us. So, the nexus of the test was we needed to be able to handle 40 pounds of boost with the parts we were testing. And we finally got it done. We got it done last week. What's he doing?
I don't know. What are you trying to tell me?
Nixler off air, it says.
Shouldn't be.
Mr. Technical Difficulty.
Shouldn't be. But thanks for letting me know.
Oh.
I mean, I'm looking at it's going.
It says, okay, so it just popped up. It went off air on this thing. I was like, So
No, what do you want me to tell you, Todd? I'm looking and there's
says good. All right,
a whopping 2 people listening. 3 now. Unless
There we go.
the one's you.
probably.
Ass.
Good job though, Tad. You got. I apologize. You were looking at it.
Over there, semaphore.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
Flag, flare gun.
Shit.
So yeah. So anyway, we had to be able to handle 40 pounds of boost, and in a half a day we did. It's actually amazing. I got to put some video. I think I did put a video up.
Yeah, you put one up on Facebook.
Yeah. So half day we made 5 or 6 pulls, and we got it to about 40 pounds and 1,485 horsepower.
Woo.
And we decided to stop because we didn't have a film crew there, and the thing was going so well. They wanted to bring in a film crew and do some really badass video.
Now, I mean, I'm not trying to be a dick because to me, the dyno, far be it from me, right?
He rolls into that. Go ahead.
Dynos to me, maybe because I've just seen so much of it, I don't give a shit.
Yep.
I don't care. I mean, like if it was something interesting that I had never seen or listened to, okay, a pull or two. All right, see ya. But I mean, they're a tool, you know. I mean, and you went there for a
As a tool,
legitimate purpose.
yeah.
Film crew to record a motor.
Well,
running.
here's the thing. In that world, in the sport compact world, you don't see this. You know, most people put them in a car and chassis dyno stuff. And this is actually going to be exciting to people because it's the opposite of what they're used to.
And it's real time.
Yeah. I mean,
So they get to do the history thing along with the people in the dyno booth.
I mean, you see the room. You know, it looks cool. All the
Yeah,
electronics.
and it looks like a very nice room.
Oh, it's a great room. I mean, we had sensors on everything, back pressure. You know, it really is a good room.
And an older Superflow console, but I guess with like some of the newer software.
Yeah, yep. Well, these guys, I'll just throw the name out. Matt Scranton. He's an ex, I guess NMCA champ.
Okay.
And he raced for Toyota back in the day and was a killer. Like, I think he was the first guy in the 6s. He's got 1 million runs over 200. Really good guys. Him and his brother, hardworking guys. They really kicked ass for us. Seriously. So anyway, we went to lunch. We decided on the film crew, and now back to my 4.0 on the plane. You know, so now we're not going to dyno until 2 days later, and I can't get back to Florida just for a couple of dyno pulls. But on the plane, I was contemplating buying a ticket on my own and just flying down, but didn't work out. So, but we do have video. It's going to be produced, and we ended up making 1,851 horsepower, which is
wow,
pretty big deal.
And now, just so we're clear on this, that's an 88 millimeter inducer size turbo.
Uh-huh.
Now, like a car like Anthony's runs 2 of them.
Yep.
So this
little
6-cylinder motor has a pair. How big is the displacement of this thing?
3 liters.
So in inches for the math challenge device? I don't want to take my shoes off and count.
350, 180
something,
40 something,
140 something.
Yeah. I mean, a 4.6 is 287.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that had to do with anything.
I don't know either. I was thinking of
well, a 6 liter is what, 348? 5.7's 348?
Yeah.
6 liters. A 6 liter is 376. So half of that. So 150, 180 ish, 180, 190.
Say what?
A 6 liter is 376 cubic inches.
Okay.
So half of that, 150 is 300, 160, 170, 180 ish. He was right.
Okay.
Crunch was right. Yeah,
Crunch was right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to get crickets there for a minute.
No.
We're all looking at each other
No
like,
NASCAR, so
there's no calculators out. We're all counting fingers and toes and shit.
Out of all the conversions,
So-
I've never done a liter to cubic inch conversion.
You did good though.
Yeah, but that
Was that a good guess?
Yeah, I was thinking about the 289 and then 5.0 and
I would have never known what a 289 was in liters. Would have never thought about it.
Well, 289 cubic inch.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I would have never. I would have never thought.
Well, 302 is 5 liters.
5 liters. That's what I usually go by.
Yeah.
You know, I use 5 liters as a starting point. So, but that thing made an awful lot of power per inch, dude.
Yeah.
That's why I was bringing the inches up because
that's amazing.
Well, I mean, 300 per hole.
That's amazing. Bro.
That's even more amazing.
Over 300 per hole. Like three,
and how big is the bore in this thing?
310, 86 millimeters. So that's
Little over 3-inch, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Because every 25 or so.
24.5.
Yeah. It's
25.4. Yeah, you're right. 25.4.
So all the parts
We
took the abuse and stayed together.
Yep.
well, that was the main thing.
It's still together, and it's going in a race car now.
So what was the purpose of this?
We tested a new piston.
Okay. What was wrong with the old piston?
We guess they're moving around. Under that kind of boost load and power, stuff just happens.
Right. So, I mean, this what I'm trying to get out of it here is that this was done to correct things that people see starting to go wrong when they lean on it harder and harder.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
So these things you said they just all of a sudden they just lose seal and they just start blowing by like mad.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we did. We had a problem above 30 pounds, and we didn't know why. So we made some changes, tested last year at a racetrack, and didn't help. Made some changes under advisement of, whatever. It doesn't really matter. But then we made some changes based on other people's opinions, and it worked out really well.
That's really good.
Who's juniors?
So now,
Ted's awesome.
so now you actually had like the blow-by tube going into a bucket so you could say,
Yeah.
How bad this got.
Yes.
And there was nothing.
Nothing, which is amazing.
Yeah, it is amazing.
Because at 52 pounds, that's big boy boost.
Now, what did this thing run on for fuel?
E98.
Okay.
Two bucks a
okay.
gallon.
So 98% ethanol, I guess is what that would be.
Yeah.
And mind you, this is 9.72 or better horsepower per cubic inch.
Oh my God.
Imagine if the eliminator guys could do that.
Doesn't even sound right.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
It's crazy, bro.
It could have got close to that on E85. Could have.
Hot air.
That is just staggering.
I know. It's crazy.
That's a chore.
It is crazy. The guy who tuned this thing, Jay from Real Street, who is a wizard, he really is. He's got a street car, a Supra, makes 1,200, and he's like 1,200 everyday horsepower, and drives the thing all over the place. I mean, the car is beautiful too, by the way.
That's insane. And there is not there. I mean, the E85, I guess, like you said, that all the problems that they had with it, I mean, as far as like attacking fuel systems and everything else, like they've got that sorted out enough.
Well, yeah. I mean, I guess as long as you keep it doesn't sit, it's fine. Like if you drive it, I don't know why that would be, but there's places that people run E85 all the time.
Yeah, and I guess there's a lot of places that it's readily available. We don't have it here.
No, we don't.
There's nowhere that. Well, I saw one station in Patterson,
Elizabeth.
Yeah, and there was one station like somewhere down South Jersey.
Yep.
And that was it.
Yep.
Well, by the airport,
I've never
got
seen
it too,
it.
doesn't it?
Yeah.
Newark Airport.
That's the one in Elizabeth. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen anywhere, E85 on a pump anywhere I've ever been. I mean,
No, I haven't
noticed
either.
it.
I just know about the stations.
I'm starting to see the little section that they have for the electric cars to charge.
Yeah, and we still don't have
A lot of
E85.
places, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the E85 thing, I think, isn't that subsidized by the government so much that it's not really fantastic?
I guess. I don't know.
I mean, look, it's good for car guys, but if you really want to do that, you can use, alcohol.
Yeah.
Well,
I could tell you this E98. They got that because it's consistent. And they're testing another motor. I think today there's another motor on Dyno. You want consistency, and the E85 stuff. Somebody came out with a tester for it.
Yeah.
Everybody owns them, but I guess it's it's suspect a little bit. Sometimes E85, sometimes E80, sometimes E90.
Isn't it? It's so hydroscopic, doesn't it get a lot of water in the tank, and they don't.
Well,
flush
yeah,
them.
all ethanols are.
yeah, that's one of the big drawbacks. They'll pull in water. Very nice vocabulary word for the day, Tad. Hydroscopic. That was good.
Yeah.
As opposed to hydroponic, which we would think you'd be more familiar with.
No.
If they're listening to you, we think there might have been a chance before the erasure. So they came up with E98. That is a pump fuel down there.
No. This is VP.
Yeah.
All right, this is VP.
Yeah,
mate. All right,
yeah.
That's what I was trying to get to. So like now we not
Still
only
$2 a gallon.
$2 a gallon.
I mean, would you not pay for $2 a gallon for race fuel?
I would have to say, why bother if you've got 2% gasoline?
I don't know why.
I
I don't know.
Maybe it's because it's still considered pump gas. I don't know. Well, it's not. But it's
I don't
VP,
know
but-
either. I don't know.
I mean, if you were trying to make a good grade of E85, why did you make a good grade of E85?
Don't know.
I mean, like the 2%, is it to call it gasoline? But whatever.
I think so, but
I mean, it's impressive. I mean, I guess if E85 isn't consistent and there's a need for it, I get it.
Yeah.
But man,
That's a lot of power, bro.
does it work just like alcohol? Like, is it like uses twice as much?
Yeah.
So it is that.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Storage is different. Everything's different.
it costs that much less, but you still have to burn that much more. So
Yeah, well, realistically, if it's $2 a gallon, I don't know what E85 costs at a pump. Anybody that's got it in their area, let us know.
Probably same.
You think $2 a gallon?
Same as gas.
Well, that's kind of a.
that'd be expensive, but I thought it was cheaper than regular gas. Regular gas is $1.79 now around us.
Well, okay. Well, I think it was cheaper, but
Well, it better be It better be half cheaper than gas, or they can keep it.
Shit, diesel is the same as gas now, right?
Mm-hmm. Exactly where you should be looking, buddy. Not trying to harp on you. Not trying to harp on you.
Not me. I'm not doing that.
What did my uncle tell you about his fuel economy?
Yeah, he told me. He told me about the diesel he had.
What did he say he gets
But
with
he
that?
said he's
with that
done.
one?
He also said he was done with diesels.
Oh, really? Yeah, but see, my uncle's kind of miserable,
Oh,
dude.
now you want to cop a plea.
He is kind of miserable.
He's not miserable. He's happy with
Well,
that Chevy truck.
Let me tell you, he ain't
It's
happy.
clean. And it's clean.
There's one thing my uncle has never been. It's happy. I can assure you of that.
They
He
seemed a
looked
little
pretty
bit today.
happy to me.
It's because he was. Well, we'll talk about that in a little while.
well, we could talk about that, can't we? Well, anyway,
I guess we could.
back to E85.
Well, all I'm saying is the pricing of it. If it was supposed to be good, is it emissions better? Is that why they're doing this? I mean,
Oh, I figure it
no,
should be,
I think
but-
they were doing it because we couldn't get gas.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, this was to reduce our dependence on foreign oil.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you want some, this is what I mean. None of this shit is ready yet. Electric cars are getting closer. A Tesla is pretty good. I mean, it has a decent, distance. It's
damn good.
It's
Decent distance.
yeah. Like what did they go? 250,
I think 300.
300 on a charge.
Yeah.
On a tank full of electric.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty good.
But then when you pull in to recharge the batteries, it takes what, 40 minutes, right?
No, I think it takes like 5 hours or 8
5
hours or some
hours?
shit. Yeah.
Actually, well, they're also going with the thing to pull in and drop the battery, put in a charged battery, and take off. So
That
it'd be-
sounds like a ridiculous.
Yeah, we
pipe
talked
thing.
about that.
Yeah.
It's going to cost
We
you.
talked about that in a previous show long ago, and my first thing was, if I had old beat up crappy batteries, I'd run right to that station and get some new ones.
All right, we're getting feedback from a loyal listener, Tanner. This is the guy who's going to replace you, Tad, because he's on shit all the time. Like you're sitting there with an iPad, and this guy came up with
I was
pricing.
trying to say he's got some prices on the E85, but I didn't bother.
Oh, so wait a minute, you dick. So you're actually watching
Yeah,
the Mixler feed,
Yes.
so you can get material.
why not?
Oh, that's cheating.
That's pretty low.
That's cheating.
Why do I think I got the iPad Pro? I mean, hell, you know.
Tanner needs a copyright.
What,
Yeah.
it takes an iPad Pro to look at the Mixler feed?
Yeah, well, the phone, you got to squint.
Anyway, Tanner said E85 is inconsistent as hell at gas stations. Holly got a tester, so I guess that's kind of nice. Mainstream, performance company markets a tester,
And they're cheap.
and it's $1.30 to $1.50 a gallon. Tanner, if you would let us know what you pay for fuel in your area, regular gasoline. I'd be curious. I don't know. I like the idea from a car guy perspective, having race fuel potential for $2 a gallon. See,
Well-
that's why the $2 a gallon looks great to you, because you're like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
It's
$2 a gallon
$2 a gallon.
versus $12 a gallon.
Exactly. So that,
Even if you double it up,
yeah.
it's $4 a gallon versus 12.
But they have made perfectly good alcohol forever.
Yeah.
If you really wanted to go
Yeah.
that route.
Yep. I know.
Maybe that little bit of gas left has helped it on starting.
I don't know what it does.
There might be, I don't know. I mean, why they picked 95 or 98, I have no idea. But I think E85, that little bit of gas was supposed to add some kind of stability
Maybe.
in cold weather.
Probably.
There, the other thing that happens is range of, and I know very little about alcohol usage. I really do.
Wow.
You obviously
You know where I was
more
going to
than
go.
I know, and
I
honestly,
didn't.
my mind went right there too.
Yeah.
In an automobile,
Yeah. Sorry.
not a jet ski. What I was trying to figure out is the heat range of plug. That's one thing that you can't really compensate for. I mean, you could put a cold enough plug in to work well, but then starting becomes a problem.
Right.
So are the new plugs, have they gotten so far in usable heat range?
That's a great question.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I
Usually when somebody says that's a great question, they have a great answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Well,
Sounds
Tanner
like-
hasn't said anything yet either, so it must be up in the air.
Oh,
like-
look at
Well,
you getting a little territorial.
Yeah.
dickhead.
Tanner's probably pounding Google. We don't have that. That's what you're for, and you're watching what he's doing.
Why not?
What do you mean? Why not? You're the data guy.
Because that's too much of a chore.
Ted, listen, you don't
He's going back to the phone room.
you don't participate a whole lot, so you could be the information ferreter there. That's
Just
what
say,
you can do.
just say dynamite.
Dynamite.
Tad, you got it in, man. You got it in. It's a chore. He said that's going to be his tagline now.
I know.
My apologies, but you
Yeah.
know,
Nobody has any idea what we're talking about.
No, yeah, somebody does.
Yeah. What's up, Crunch? You're over there looking uncomfortable.
I have no idea what's going on.
All right. Well,
You know, just sorry to get back on the 85. You know, there's a an E85 conversion deal for your car for the Corvette.
yeah, isn't that what Howard?
Yeah, Howard's done that on a bunch of stuff.
And I'd like to. We have to get him back on because
Yeah,
that
we
whole
do.
episode got trashed. It
Yeah.
all went bad,
Yeah.
and there was a lot of good information in that episode as far as the way we'd structure doing this. And I mean, look, I kind of want to get started. I mean, I don't care if I get started tomorrow. I get started in 3 weeks. I don't give a shit.
But you
know,
do want to do it still.
I do want to do it.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'd like to sit down and kind of get it all planned out. I do want to see what it costs. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not going to say I'm not worried about what it costs, but I mean, within reason, I want to see where we're gonna land.
Of course.
I'd like to do that, but the fact that I can't get 85 here, I would almost say, well, we could run on alcohol, but I like the idea of gasoline because there's one everywhere. You just stop, you put it in, and you drive away.
Yeah, but the kit is on it's fly by wire. If you're driving down to Atco and you pass that station that has E85, you fill up, and the car senses it and switches over to the E85 map.
Question. That's exactly what I was going to say. It switches to the 85 map.
Yes.
So now we're going to have a car that realistically makes maybe 25 pounds of boost, maybe 30, depending on what we're trying to do, or whatever you get away with the 85.
Yep.
Maybe 40.
Yep.
And because, of course, we all know that that's going to hook dead up on the street, no problem.
Absolutely.
But
even though it's not all-wheel drive.
this is a map. You go from gasoline map to 85 map.
Right.
So what about if what Tanner said and what you said about E85, you get particularly crappy, or you stop at some gas station and the guy's like, oops, put the wrong one in there. Fuck it, it's mixed anyway.
Well, all I would say was, from a common sense standpoint, if you're tuning for 85 and you get E70, you'd be okay. If you get E98, you got trouble. You know what I mean? Because then
You'd be too rich.
Well, yeah, no,
You-
wouldn't. You'd be too lean.
Right. What I'm saying is with E70, you'd be too gasoline rich.
you'd be fat.
Yeah.
So it'd suck, but you wouldn't run over your parts.
well, it's not like you're going to a gas station with an empty gas tank and filling it up. You know, you get a quarter tank, half tank.
No, that's not really what he's saying.
All right.
He's saying if you got to see, and I think this is where.
Well, wait a minute. Whoa. Dumbass here made a really good point. Because if you got a quarter of a tank left,
Yep.
and now you're going to put E85 in,
Yep.
it ain't E85.
Yeah.
It's flex fuel. It's a flex fuel kit, and
All right.
and I believe the GM maps are big enough, and there's enough of them that it reads on the fly. This is a Howard question.
So it would, but you see, that's what I mean. If there's,
If it's E60,
yeah,
the car adjusts to it.
that's what I would
You
like
know,
to think. Like
you-
when
you
you
got-
see what you got me there when you said two maps, that it switches to the 85 map.
Okay.
I would like to think that hopefully the way that they did it, it's an ultra wide band of acceptance
It has to be.
or correction,
It has to be.
based on O2.
Yep. It has to be.
Not for me, man. I mean, I'd like to because
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
potential's there.
Yeah.
But I can't get it.
Well, you can have two maps and switch from them, one to the other, and literally empty your tank and put the 85 in.
Yeah, if you were going to go to racetrack. But you
Yeah.
know what? Honestly, like, see that, and that's, and I had,
That
God,
sounds like a hassle.
I hate, yeah,
It is.
I hate to hate on Alan. God forbid.
I
But
don't.
Alan and I had a conversation about this, and he's
Sorry
like,
about that.
He's like, but no, Mike, you should look at it this way. He is stuck in 18-year-old,
1970.
18-year-old kid mode that wants a car with like loud as could be, stupid gears, loose converter. You know, he doesn't get the idea here.
Yeah.
I want this thing to be a Corvette like you bought from the showroom, just turned all the way up as high as it could go. So mannerisms, everything is the same. And it's just, you just look, this is, you know, everybody says about everything. If a little's good, a lot more is better. I want a lot more. I want as much as a lot more can be.
Yeah.
Now, of course, you get to the point where you're never going to hook it. You're never going to use it. It's never going to be there. You know, you know, I'm not going to go be able to go race an all-wheel drive guy from a traffic light, obviously.
But it doesn't matter.
But it doesn't matter.
You have it.
I have it. And if I can apply it in small doses at the opportune times, I'd like to.
Well, you want to, yeah. Well, you just want to be able to pull up to any gas station like a regular car. You don't want to do the specified gases, pull up and have to charge 4 or 5 hours for electricity. So
exactly.
You want to take the old school mindset of
I
just buy a car, high performance, and drive it.
And, you know, I said it, and somebody had said it to me, it's probably the best way. I'm trying to build like a hypercar without spending $1 million.
Yeah. And that's where Jay's car is really impressive. You know, it's 1200 wheel.
Mm-hmm.
It's got AC, drives around fairly normally. It's docile. I mean, it's an inline six. They idle nice. They do everything nice. He took it to Ocala to Georgia this year, to the half-mile event, and went 197 standing half-mile.
Wow. And they are rear wheel.
Rear wheel. Yeah. It's probably the best working rear wheel car that anybody's ever made. Those cars are freaky. They really are.
And they look good too.
They do look good.
I got to tell you, I used to really like them. And then I saw one, actually, when we went to that Subaru event.
Right.
There was one parked by Junior. Yeah. And I'm like, what the hell is that?
Well, it was Junior's old car, too.
Yeah. And I was like, boy, it looks a little dated. It looks dated.
They do have
but they're a neat car. No doubt about it. And then, by the way, I want everybody to know, so all the Corvette guys, like Tom said, they'd write and ask to take back your Corvette socks and shoelaces. He's like, you know, we could put a 2JZ in the Corvette.
I was dead serious.
Yeah, I know you were serious, and I had to just stop you.
No, that's going against the Chevy.
You know, the only thing worse that I've ever seen, I just saw today. A buddy of mine sent me a text. I didn't show any of you guys the picture. I'm going to post it later. Lord. A guy took a 69 Camaro and made a station wagon out of it.
You know who would do that?
Wow.
Yeah, I do.
What, the guy wanted the Melcam?
Yeah, exactly.
Same guy.
It's horrible. It's awful. There's probably a hit out on that guy.
Now, Tad, let's change topics for a minute here. I mean, I guess it all kind of rolls into one because we got an E85 thing. Well, yeah, let's close up the 2JZ thing.
Well, but before you close the 2JZ thing, that weighs as much as a cast iron small block Chevy.
So, the 2JZ does?
Yeah. So it's not like you're putting in an ultra lightweight thing. It weighs, 750, 800 pounds?
Yeah, they're heavy.
Point for Tad. He
Trust
has
me, I investigated them. It's
yeah,
like,
but whoa. But what's the point? Okay, so they weigh what a small block shit. Oof. That's bad. Corvette station wagon.
Yeah, I've seen them before.
Oh, and it's in yellow.
It's yellow. So yeah, they weigh as much as a small block Chevy, but what small block Chevy do you know in stock form that you could put a turbo on it, not change anything,
right,
and make 1,000 horsepower?
Well, I could say a stock LS1. You could.
Can't.
Hot Rod did it. They made 1,200 horsepower. And
one time.
No, they did it for seasons worth of runs on the dyno until they ran out of fuel.
With stock rods?
Stock rods, the stock pistons.
I would have to see that.
That was in there.
It's in Hot Rod's.
Tanner?
Yeah, Tanner, find that.
Get on that.
I can find it. It's because they tried everything. They tried the Hemi, but they rebuilt the Hemi with the starter kit.
That was a Hot Rod issue, right?
And they did a new Ford, but the Ford needed
they were trying to figure out, like,
trying to split the block. They're
trying to blow it up.
Where head gaskets would come out of it.
They blew out the ignition.
And how much? This is chassis wheel horsepower or
no dyno?
And how much did they make?
I think 1,200. On
stock and Tanner's right. It was a 4.8.
4.8.
Okay.
And that's an iron block motor, right?
No, it's an aluminum block.
That is an aluminum block motor?
Yes.
Are you sure?
They thought they had a 5.3, but it turned out
it turned out to be a 4.8.
Okay.
And it was aluminum block.
Yes.
So they made 1,200 on the engine dyno.
On the stock short block. Not the top upper end, they put vet heads on it. The better heads, and they put an cam in it. A factory cam.
So they made about 1,000 wheel.
And apparently the thing that got the whole testing scheme to stop was ignition went out.
Yeah.
That like they couldn't maintain spark under the high pressure.
Yeah, or they ran out of fuel.
They said they're going to update to an MSD system to see what the block will take before it breaks.
All right, well, what year was that engine designed in?
I'd have to look that back up, but what year was that LS1 first designed?
As far as I'm concerned, when 1950s, because there's really
yeah, they're kind of.
But it was an LS1, not a.
Listen, dickhead, you're missing a point here. That's a small block Chevy. Things fit a little different, but that's a small block Chevy. Larry Lombardo, who was a crafty guy, wasn't it? Larry Lombardo
Yeah,
put the LS1's heads on a 23 degree by plugging and drilling the deck. I mean, bore spacing is virtually the same. I mean, there's.
Do you remember that?
Yep.
He hammered everybody.
That's a smart fucking dude to do shit like that.
Just so everybody knows what we're talking about. This is when Mike was into the circle track deal. This guy used to build engines for the tri-track in Pennsylvania, these 3 tracks, dirt track stuff. And
crickets.
On your comment time.
Yeah,
Continue.
So the rule was you could use any cylinder head as long as it was stock GM.
Mm-hmm.
So he took LS1 Cathedral Port heads and put them on a stock Chevy block, and he was like 70 horsepower better than everybody. His cars went out and just slayed everybody, and they hated him. And nobody else, that's not something you can just go out and do. He figured it out over the winter, put it in a bunch of cars, and just killed everybody for a year till did they make a rule? Or
I think they probably finally made a rule that the block bolt holes couldn't be modified.
Yeah,
and then
something.
that screws it up.
But man, did he just killed everybody.
So back to what I was saying, Cletus, is that it is really a small block Chevy in most principles. I mean, it's
he wasn't denying it. I was. You got to yell at me.
No. I was saying that but we asked when the motor was built. And yes, long time ago, if you ask me.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Fair enough.
So in
My
the
apologies.
end, here to close up the 2JZ thing, how much power is that thing supposed to make when it's all said and done?
Well, I think it's pretty much done in the way it is now. This thing wasn't built for the 1850 that it made.
No, this was built for testing.
You guys surpassed what you expected.
By far.
I'm sure.
By far. We were trying to make 40 pounds of boost, and it did that, flawlessly. Actually could have made more with cams. I mean, this thing had stock cams in it.
Mm-hmm.
No, it didn't. It had HKS 280, so it's a small cam. Could have put a big race cam in the thing. There's some stuff that could have been done. It probably could have made 2,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's insane.
I know. It's crazy.
Insane.
It's literally crazy. So we're pretty happy about the test.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if anybody for a 2JZ needs pistons,
you got to
Manley Performance
Hell
products.
yeah, you do. Yep. And rods. Yep.
Probably valves too.
Yeah, it had all of our stuff.
Would you like to just do an infomercial, Tom? Would that make you feel better?
Sure. I think we just did.
All right. So check out Manley. If you do anything like this, if you do anything, I mean, good stuff.
Sure.
And I'm not just saying it because Tom's here. I mean, we've used a lot of their stuff, even the pistons. We get on the pistons really early. That's why I really like the story, because I remember when you brought those pistons, you're like, Mike, I'm telling you, they're good. And I'm like, no way, dude.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, I'm telling you. I said, you guys use 2256 flat top forgings and make them look nice. And it's like, no, dude, that stopped years ago. And I'm like, no.
That was true, though.
It was true. It's exactly how it all got started. And I can attest they're very good. Now, Tad,
yes,
I will bring up something that you brought to my attention. Because I was talking about trying to build a hypercar, supercar, or whatever. And what you brought up was a good point. It's just that it's kind of a bag of shit. What car did you find?
The Falcon F7?
Yeah.
Or the Falcon, F7.
Please tell me you know a little bit about this since I brought it up, or is it just going to be, well, I just found it, I don't know.
It was blue.
I watched the infomercial on it. No, it was interesting. I found it interesting that it uses the Corvette, upper and lower control arms. It's a mid-mounted LS series engine, and then they up it to make 1,100 horsepower.
Yeah, it looked like they bought a Lingenfelter prepared engine to put in.
But when I was watching them assemble the motor, it was not the most professional assembly when they're punching the pistons in the bore with their hands and stuff. It's like, oh.
Well, I mean, I would. Yeah, what do you need the patented piston whacker tool?
Well, it's just the way they're putting it together is like less than.
Sometimes you go into these prestigious shops and you'll be surprised at the stuff they
but you're going to be on TV. You want to look somewhat.
I guess so. But you know how many? I mean, I know what you're talking
What's
about.
this thing called again?
Piston whacker.
Yeah.
No. The car.
The Falcon F7.
Yeah.
It's made in Detroit.
Our piston whacker most times was a wood-handled sledgehammer. Dunk, 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 until the end got fuzzed up and it started making. And then I think it ended up being
No, you had the Mac Tools hammer with the big snout on it, didn't you?
No, we had the. No, we always used the backside of like a dead blow hammer, the handle side, dunk, dunk, dunk. I mean,
so you weren't
your father did.
A steel side of the hammer and smacking the balance on one.
Look, if you need some kind of hammer, I've seen that. Boy, have I seen that.
Yeah, but
damper the shit.
Remember, you had your toolbox and your father's toolbox. And you guys didn't cross.
Yeah, it was to put. No, I understand what you're saying, Todd. But
it's not that great looking a car.
It's not. No,
it's kind of weird.
It's not that good looking a car. It's different.
It's okay.
Man, that thing looks
Saline
good,
looks
man.
Good. I mean, but here's what I didn't like about it.
You can see the Corvette stuff in the front of it.
Yeah.
You can see the aspect of Corvette.
What I want is if somebody is going to do a car like this, let me ask you a question. Do we ever possibly think that, like, you look at things like window switches, shit like that, I would be willing to bet that whoever wholesales these switches, what are some of the companies that might have made that? Eaton or
Delphi.
Delphi is who I was looking for, not Eaton. It's beautiful.
That's
my God.
great.
Saline S7.
Saline S7. That's as bad as it gets.
I would be willing to bet that all of the little knickknacks that control things in a vehicle over the years, you could buy.
Yep.
You could buy 500 of them. You could buy 1,000 of them. Say, I'd like that powered window switch. I'd like that door lock switch.
Yep.
I mean, you can get all the shit. Why is it that all of these cars that are not made at a quote unquote factory look like ass inside?
Oh, yeah.
I don't care if it's Factory 5. I don't care if it's Falcon. They did some crazy stuff for dashboard. But I mean, come on, guys. Is it really that tough to make door panel molds?
Saline looks pretty good.
Yeah, the Saline did a nice job.
Yeah.
Did a nice job. And that was older, by the way.
Yeah.
That was much older. I mean, all of the equipment used to make I can't imagine if you did 2 molds for a door panel, roof pillars, dumb shit.
Well, now that you said that, it makes me think like a lot of these guys think a supercar has to have the classic Ferrari interior look.
Well, there must be the idiots in America, because I guess they should look inside a McLaren or inside a Koenigsegg or inside of a Lambo or a Ferrari.
Hey, who makes the rods for the Koenigsegg?
Manley Performance
That's
product.
right, they do.
That's like your biggest claim to fame.
That's one of them.
Manley is just getting a lot of play today.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I can jump back though. The Falcon F7 had a nice dashboard. There was a
I don't think that's particularly attractive. I think that the gauges are spaced too far away. This is like, you need to pan your dashboard.
Well, it looks modern.
Anybody go look up Falcon F7. Maybe I'm a jerk.
You ever see the dash
Well,
of
you
a
are.
Bentley?
Yeah.
Man.
I mean, all I'm saying is that
Take that, put it in the high performance vehicle.
if you're making this level of car, I can't believe that there's no way you couldn't have injection molded pieces, even plastic. Forget leather
or the
wrapped
carbon fiber look.
Well, think about you're forgetting one critical thing.
What?
They could print this stuff one off right now.
I don't know how good that is.
It's awesome. I got a printer in my basement.
Have you seen the dashboard of the new Mercedes S-Class?
No.
It's like a video game.
Yeah, well, that's
When you cut the car off, it disappears.
We're not G like you. We don't drive one of them.
I don't have one.
But you understand,
my friends, when I borrow one, I borrow one.
Crunch makes a good point. For dashboards, we have display technologies now that there's so much shit that they could do here, and they insist on making, and like, look, Factory 5, I don't give a shit because I'm never going to buy one.
No, me neither.
And they're not going to call us for advertising.
Maybe they'll give us one.
Yeah, I doubt it.
Me too.
Do me a favor. All people like this that are trying to build a domestic or, a consumer obtainable car like this, make some fucking real interiors, will you? Is it that fucking hard?
Apparently it is.
I mean, they've custom laid out fiberglass or whatever material for the bodies. There's molds there. This can't be that hard.
When they make the concept cars at the car show,
yeah,
those interiors are immaculate. Those interiors are like futuristic.
Well, here
even the steering wheel sometimes are like you have to stand there for a while and figure out How the heck do you steer this thing? And it's a steering wheel there.
No,
Yeah, but that's the dealership making it, not a
you mean the
kit car.
manufacturer? Yeah.
Like when the concept comes to reality, it's never look like the concept.
I understand that. And of course, if you were making one-off dashboards and you were trying to make cars, you would just escalate yourself into the price range of, say, a Ferrari. And I realize that Chevrolet and Ford, they could knock the cost of that tooling back, but I can't imagine for the cost of one of these cars that the fit and finish inside couldn't be infinitely improved with off-the-shelf products like door switches, everything. I mean, all that stuff's got to be doable. The radios that are in all these cars, they're made by like 5 or 6 different manufacturers. You can, all this shit could go together. It really could.
Yep.
And if Factory 5 or somebody else could do this, I'd be in. But I don't want a car that somebody says, wow, look at that. That's pretty badass. And they walk up to it, oh, it's a kit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you remember way back with the Jaguars, you go in there as AC Delco in the dash, all the electrics are AC Delco, and that's from a manufacturer.
Well, you mean that Jaguar used AC Delco stuff?
I did a Bentley Corniche convertible, and there was AC Delco stuff. We had to take a Camaro kit to fit when I worked for Tom to put a stereo in it.
Right, but what I'm saying is companies like this will sell you stuff or make stuff for other people, and that's.
Well, I'm just saying, it's like, all right, here you got the uber expensive Bentley, and it's got AC Delco crap in it,
Yeah, I mean, I understand the point you're attempting to make.
You do?
Yeah, believe it or not. What he's saying is it's kind of the same thing I'm saying, that you could get inexpensive stuff just to improve what you've got from a factory standpoint. You really could. And I'd love to have a car like a Factory 5 or an F7 or whatever that thing is if it looked better. But looking at that car, if I really wanted to, I mean, we could probably build that car. Would need to buy his car. Yeah. We could build that car. I mean, you could build it out of probably a bunch of different platforms if we wanted to look like a kit car inside. But like I said, I don't want somebody to walk up and be like, well, wait a minute, was this a Volkswagen?
Yeah, well, the nice thing about that car, though, is mostly carbon fiber. It was super light and crap like that. It is ugly. And I think it's got the record for the largest single piece of carbon fiber. The whole rear hatch flips up, and it's all one piece carbon fiber, which is interesting.
Okay, well,
attractive.
Here's for those guys. Why don't you knock off the carbon fiber shit and make some nice shit inside?
Yeah.
And then maybe you'd actually sell it for $270,000 or $280,000, whatever you're trying to get for it. Yeah. Exactly. All right. Well, I guess the last thing we should talk about is what we did today.
Let's do it. We had fun, man. We shot guns.
Oh, I thought we'd go out and eat pizza.
Okay, foodie.
Well, actually, Tom and I shot guns. Tad watched.
I videoed.
He videoed. I don't know why. He was offered to shoot firearms, but I think Tad is a pacifist.
Nah.
I just have to delve into this for just a moment.
Yeah.
Well supervised. Enough people here know what they're doing. You're not going to get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you want to shoot anything?
Because been there, done that.
Been there, done that.
Yes.
Were you in the armed forces that I don't know about?
If it's not an automatic weapon, it's okay. It's
okay.
Whose water is this that was back there?
I don't know.
Mine's here.
It has to be one of ours, right?
Probably. Or it could have been there for a week.
Oh, it's water.
Okay.
How bad could it be?
Well, what if somebody had a little backwash in there and the stuff festered in there for a week?
A little loogie.
It's probably flat.
Wow. Took care of that.
I'm just saying.
So we shot a bunch of guns and went through a bunch of ammo.
Yep.
Had a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, we've actually got a really nice place to shoot here, and I'm sure Tad, the reason I'm bringing this up is because since Tad contributes so little as it is, videos are one of the things that he could do. And by the way, Tanner did point out, as I'm sure Tad is reading since he still has it open, because Tanner did find exactly the Hot Rod article you were referencing, that it was Hot Rod. It was called How to Something. I don't know. You figured, Tad, you would have looked at that, right? Maybe, but that's okay.
Tanner to the rescue.
We shot a variety of different firearms today.
Yeah, we did.
I actually acquired a muzzle loader, which I guess is used for deer season, which I've never shot. Had no desire to. I'm not a hunter.
No, you had to get your uncle to do it for
Probably never shoot it again.
No, it wasn't. I mean, okay.
No, you load the gun from the front, from the back. I told you not to shoot it.
Made a lot of smoke, though.
Yeah, it did make a lot of smoke.
It was a perfectly good brand new gun. You could have turned that into a different brand new gun, but
so it's like having a small block Chevy with 3 deuces on top.
I would say a little more useless.
No, it's like you know what it's like. I'll tell you what. I'll give you an exact scenario.
Good.
It's like winning a brand new AMC Gremlin, and then instead of selling it brand new to somebody who might like an AMC Gremlin, you take it for a ride around your town, put just enough miles on it so now it's a used Gremlin, and that's it.
And give it away.
You're going to have to now. I mean, you got to admit, I put that into pretty good perspective.
It's true.
Maybe
but Mike doesn't care. He doesn't.
I don't care. No. My brother actually won that firearm.
Yep.
Believe it or not.
Oh, God, again.
Yeah, no, he won that firearm at some kind of event or auction or some shit, and he's like, I don't want this thing. I don't even know what the hell it is.
Now, Mike.
Yeah.
He just talked about a Gremlin. We all know that's an ugly car.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that one.
Oof.
What is it?
That's an AMX, right?
Yeah. All these cars. It depends on who builds it.
But if it's an AMX, it's
like
not a
you
Gremlin.
get a Troy Trepanair, one of those kind of guys.
Yep.
To jump on it, they'll turn something really disgusting.
Yeah, but that's not a Gremlin.
Well, I'm saying, isn't that in the same category?
No.
They were ugly too.
The only thing that's in the same a Hornet, a Gremlin, and a Pacer.
A Pacer. I was going to say the Pacer.
With the big back window?
Yep.
Yep.
Oof.
The bubbles.
You posted that picture on Facebook. If you didn't post it again, I think you did once.
Yeah, I did.
So, well, aside from, my desecrating a pristine, what is that thing? It's made, I can't even remember who it's made by.
I don't know.
Traditions, muzzle loader, some shit like that.
Useless.
But it's really weird. Like, I mean, I've never had experience with them, and I guess to all muzzleloader guys, it's simple. You drop a couple little pressed donut-looking things of gunpowder in, and then drop a bullet in, and it's little, what's it called, a sabot?
Yep.
Push it down on the bottom, and then you put basically what looks like a cap from a cap gun.
A primer.
A primer in the backside, and then shoot it. And then do it all over again. So definitely not a home defense gun.
Not a home defense gun.
But it does shoot a rather large projectile.
I think we know what the home defense gun is.
Yeah, that's why I brought that all up. Because on the opposite spectrum of that, I have never been a shotgun guy. I've never, and Alan, if he listens or has been listening, has argued me, well, I'd much rather have a shotgun. I said, that's because you're an idiot. I'd much rather have a shotgun. Well, I know you're an idiot. So just kind of the default, if Alan's telling me to do something like I should have my 456 rear end gears in my Corvette with a power glide.
And that's proven, in your defense, that's proven itself time and time again.
I know. So,
but anyway,
I didn't give Alan any credit. And then Tom brought one of his shotguns here with a defensive round. And I got to get a shotgun.
Well, it's an assault shotgun, first of all.
Well,
yeah, with a home defense round. And yeah.
Classify an assault shotgun. I don't understand.
Well, it's got an 18-inch barrel.
Okay.
It's basically an area gun.
Okay.
I mean, it's, you're not going to shoot a duck with it. Not that I would shoot a duck, but it's it's close range stuff.
Okay.
That's all it is.
So it's just for home.
Yeah.
What was that load that's in that? Because I know very little about shotguns.
It was a number 6 turkey load, 3-inch mag turkey load.
Because we have the shoot and see targets, and we got to put the picture up for this. It basically turned a shoot and see target that's normally black and shows green when it's shot into a green freckle farm.
Yeah.
I don't even know what, it's insane.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing just like green.
Yeah.
I would not want to get shot with that.
No.
I don't know how lethal it would be. I really don't.
Oh, they're lethal. Oh, yeah.
Because I got to tell you, it did go through the cardboard, but the cardboard is unsupported where he shot it.
Yep.
It didn't do what people think with shotgun, you blow a hole, the wall falls off, or you shoot through a wall and.
Well, it also went through that tire.
Yeah, I guess that's a lot tougher than somebody's midsection.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I got to tell you, that was impressive, and that did change my mind in a shotgun.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to look at it.
Fun. It was fun.
Well, I had fun on the what do you call that thing? The Polaris thing.
The Polaris, yeah, and we crunch came a little later, and I'd rather go riding around in the Polaris. Okay, you could have gone all day on that thing for all I cared.
Yeah, that thing is fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. We were using that to go back and forth to get the targets from the far end because we actually were shooting at 100-yard range.
Yep.
So it's a solid. We actually shortened it up. We moved the target up a little bit because it was a little further than we wanted to be. Oh, and I got some exploding targets.
Yeah, you did. Yes, you did.
And I got my favorite little 17 HMR rifle.
Yeah, it hit the only bullseye of the day.
Only bullseye of the day after, and you know what's funny about that? It was off the mark. And we figured out about how far away it was, like 24 clicks, just to, I think it was to the left.
Yep.
I turned it, the scope adjustment, the wrong direction. So I went back exactly the other direction. Next shot, right smack, bullseye, dead shot. And then we put 2 exploding targets up. 2 more shots, hit that target and the next target at 100 yards.
Yep.
And
we're talking about, an inch and a half in diameter, the exploding targets?
I'd say they're probably an inch.
Yeah. And the bull is 3/4.
Yeah.
Yep. Pretty badass.
So, yep, that was our incredible fun day at the range.
Yeah, we went through a lot of 223 ammo. Shot a bunch of them.
Not really. I didn't even bring so much.
No, not too much,
down.
but I mean, Oh, you didn't even shoot a handgun.
No.
Yeah.
Other than yours.
And Tom has the prettiest 357 6-shooter.
Yeah, that is a beautiful pistol.
Yeah.
What is that thing?
It's a Smith Model 17 with it's a custom. It's got a Colt Python barrel on it. It was done years ago, 20-some years ago, by a place called Baylor Precision.
Okay.
It's like a race car of guns. That's what it is. It's all done.
I've never actually shot a actual revolver. That was the first time I shot one today, and it was comfortable. It was really nice to fire.
Yeah.
It was very stable.
Yeah.
I was pretty impressed. It was a nice piece. I mean, a firearm whole discussion is difficult because really guns are kind of guns.
Yep.
They all sort of work the same way, like one of 2 or 3 ways. So the people that are deep into the guns, like, oh my God, I got my new AR. It's a gun.
Yeah.
It all works the same way.
Yep.
But it's just like cars and the car guy stuff.
It'd be like people telling you, hey, look at my new small block Chevy. Factory head small block Chevy. It's kind of what it's all like.
You want your valve covers on your small block Chevy to be different than everybody
And that's
else.
all it is, buddy. It's valve covers because underneath the hood of it, it's almost all exactly the same.
Right. I got you.
But no, it's nice to do that here, and it's nice to go shoot. And I'm sorry if any of the people out there listening are not firearms people and getting pissed off. But look, it's in where we live today. I'm not saying that I expect anything, and I don't think any of us here expect anything. But you look at what happens in San Bernardino.
Yep.
That's pretty bad. And I would like to hope that doesn't happen around here. And we are all firearm guys. So what I tell everybody they should do, whether you're a firearm person or not, you should at least get familiar because you just never know.
Agreed.
Just so if you're ever in a situation, that, a gun is not a big, scary thing that's going to jump up and shoot you. It's the asshole on the other end.
Right. And just so everybody knows, we didn't plan this because of anything to do with this. We've done this before.
Yeah.
We just haven't talked about it.
Yeah. And it's timely after all this happened. And, we do have to send our thoughts out to everybody that was injured or killed out there. It was an awful, awful thing.
Because most people that own guns are like us. They just have fun with them.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't kill anything but that mulch pile today.
No, the mulch pile and the
mulch pile took a beating in that one tire.
The little yellow exploding targets.
Yeah. They were cool. Your uncle wasn't ready for them.
No, and he kept saying, "What are you shooting?
Yeah,
which target are you shooting at?" Yeah. I said, "You'll know. Yeah. Which target are you shooting at?"
That was pretty cool.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
You asshole.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a nice day. We went out and we got dinner.
Yep.
Or lunch or whatever you want to call it.
And then we came here and we had to record for Monday because
let's give the Pizza Parlor a shout out. Do you remember the name?
Angelo's.
That sausage pizza.
That was good sausage.
In Flemington, New Jersey. Yep.
Real
Angelo's Pizza on
Italian
31.
sausage.
And Tad knows his sausage.
Yeah, Tad is sausage.
Bastards.
Oh boy.
You did get a little abuse today. Like there was a girl here.
You guys are such a chore.
Got to tell that.
The girl.
There was a girl here that was helping my brother out. He's giving away like holiday gift baskets.
Yep.
With like wine and all kinds of shit. So
I took one.
Did you? Wait.
No.
Oh, okay.
I didn't take wine.
I ate some of the milk duds.
The wine's called Conundrum.
Conundrum, yeah. But everybody said that's good wine.
Who knows?
So the girl's here and she's putting everything together. And, she had came back today to continue working on it because he's doing like 40 baskets for real good customers or whatever. And they're kind of pricey baskets by the time everything's done.
Yeah.
Right.
So I texted the girl. I said, if you come down the driveway and you're going to come to the building, just, don't go to the back of the building, even though I parked vehicles so nobody would go to the back because we're going to be off to the left shooting. So she got out of the car and she comes walking over. And I was like, Stacy, this is Tom. This is my Uncle Billy. And this is Cletus.
She's like, hi, Cletus.
I know that's not a super exciting story, but it was just
It's funny. It's funny.
Because Tad's like, yeah, sure. I at least expected you to correct her and be like, well, no, my name's Tad.
Why bother?
I just, because it would have been a little more entertaining.
Yeah.
Because we could have watched you struggle a little bit.
It was funny.
And I guess the only other thing that we did today is Tad started his Subaru.
Yeah, I got another expert opinion on this thing's got to come apart.
Tom,
Yeah.
what do you think?
I don't know. It's I don't know. It sounds like it could be a wrist pin. Maybe a lock broke and it's bouncing around, but I don't know.
It's knocking.
It's not like a lock. Like a lock is loose in the piston area, like
No.
sitting in the side.
No, it's louder.
I can make it go away.
Yeah.
If you rev it up a little bit and then close the throttle back a little bit, like just come back off the throttle, it quiets up.
Yep.
But then it will come back again as soon as you get on the throttle again. That's why I was thinking like wrist pin. I don't think it's a connecting rod itself. I don't think it's a rod bearing. I certainly do not think it's a main bearing. I would
Well,
say
have you ever
no.
heard a main bearing make noise?
No.
I mean, people say that. Sounds like a main bearing. You're like, what did I sound like?
No. In order for
Bearing making noise.
the only time that I had any kind of main bearing make noise was when a rear main, a thrust section was going bad. That like
Or if the thrust was too tight from the gate on the
yeah,
build
like
up.
whistled and whined,
Squeak.
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
don't get long of having that. And I mean, in order for a main bearing to be making noise, unless they were all really gone, Tom, hold on. In a Subaru, might be more possible they could make noise
Because the halves are moving around.
because they're moving opposed to one another, completely opposed. So it could actually really pull the crank one direction and push it the other direction. You really could kind of knock the crank back and forth.
At idle, though,
Uh,
not a lot of stress at idle. Bottom line, it's got to come apart.
Yeah, it's got to come apart. To
yeah,
figure out what it is.
it's a very strange noise, but I'm glad that Tom heard it too and couldn't really come up with what it was.
Weird.
Can you
Well,
fit that motor off the Dyno that Tom just got finished doing 1800? Can you put that in there?
No, people have actually put 2 JZs in Subarus, but it's now a rear-wheel drive car and whatnot.
And not cool.
No, so at some point that thing,
All-wheel drive's gone, man.
the continuing saga of Tad and his hood scoop. And you know what I found even more funny?
Yeah.
I got to say this.
Yes.
So everybody saw the picture I put on. That's a circle track hood scoop off my friend. My friend John, who's called in once or twice before. We refer to him as Stupid.
Yep.
That's just like his name. I mean, not badly, but we just were like, where'd you get that from? I got it from Stupid. So Cody borrowed a motor from John for his kid. So since it was John's motor, the thing to do was to put this thing got stupid power because it was John's motor. That's how it ended up on a hood. So I placed it on Tad's hood to cover the hole that he crafted, or I should say, didn't finish where he should put the hood scoop on. So I put this little hood scoop on Tad's
Little
car.
hood scoop?
Well, it's little. And on a modified, it looks little. On your car, it looks pretty big. And I watched Tad. I'm working on the tractor today, correcting the backstop. And I come back over and Tad's closing the hood of the car and he closes the hood and then places the hood scoop back on the car. It was just sitting there covering the hole.
Yep.
Carefully placed it back on the hood. And I'm like, did he really just do that?
He did. He likes it now.
Oh, yeah, man.
I thought he went to get a rivet gun at one point.
Because that makes it look like a dual quad setup under there, like a pro stocker.
I would just found it very humorous that you would put that thing back on. That was pretty fun.
Just proves I got stupid power.
Car guy. He's a car guy.
So what is your plan for that, Todd? When are you going to actually work on that? And where is the working location?
I want to get it home so I can take it apart there.
Is your dad going to let you bring it home?
I just got to unload some of the vehicles there.
Okay.
You got a garage?
Yeah.
Why don't you just take the motor out here?
I don't care if you take the motor out here and then it leaves.
Well, if I found a stock motor, I'd just throw that in there so I could drive around stock while I rebuild another
Take the motor out here, and then Mike can help you.
No.
Yeah, Mike's not a
You can take the motor out here, but it can't. I know what'll happen. Look,
Mike's not a post builder.
The last time that sat somewhere, I think it was like 2 years
Yeah, it
or
was.
2.5 because the guy said, oh, yeah, park it in my parking lot.
Dude, why don't you just take the motor out and let's fix it? Get it done.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I said, yeah.
It's been here for how long did we determine now that it needed to come apart?
Just not that long. We just got our second
I think it's been
opinion here.
We didn't need a second opinion. There's a fucked up noise that's got to come apart.
Right. Yeah, you really didn't
But
need my
it was
opinion.
not the freaking timing belt tensioner.
Okay,
So,
yeah, I cave. I was wrong. That's fine.
I wish it was, though.
Yeah, it's something deeper and it has
It's
to come
definitely not.
No.
Well, why don't we do this? Why don't we pick a day
Yep.
and the three of us attack that thing and take it out?
All right. That's because I guess.
Well, I guess I can't vote for you, huh?
I mean, I'll be happy to watch. Oh, maybe I could play Ted for the day. I'll just take pictures and videos of everybody working. That's what I'll do.
There we go. We already did last time.
Are they hard to get out of there?
No.
Not very.
No, not bad.
Hard to get back in.
Well, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
You could save your money and take it down to Precision or somebody and let them put it in.
No.
And probably what we should do.
I was saying that because it's close. IAG, whatever. What?
Yeah. What we should do is that, he had brought up that JJ had short blocks on sale.
Yeah.
So that might be something he should look into. Might be a nicer deal. But remember, that's that whole thing. I hate to do this now, but let's just do this real quick. He's got, what is that stupid thing?
It's stupid. A 2-liter JDM.
Yeah,
blah, blah,
EJ207.
blah.
A what?
It's an EJ207
Okay.
Japanese motor.
It's useless.
Smaller chamber head?
Yes.
Okay. Can those heads be used?
Yeah.
Well, he said I could have it ported out to a 2.5.
There's a CNC program that a couple of guys I know have that just makes chambers bigger.
And there's enough meat in that chamber?
Oh, yeah, plenty.
Simple.
So
you can keep your
doable.
legendary JDM head if you really wanted to. Or is the head itself any better, like port-wise or anything?
No. It's all. I mean, I don't know. He's going to say it is. I'm going to say it's all the same.
Okay.
it's much bigger than a.
So he could get a good short block and just change everything
Yep.
over.
Yeah.
And make more power.
And make more power.
Make more torque.
Because it's bigger.
More fun
Yeah.
to drive.
Can we get a 5-liter one?
No.
Can't get a 5-liter.
How big do they come?
2.7.
2.7.
2.5 is
Well,
normal.
I did find a guy that's doing the SVX motors. Put a 6-cylinder in it.
Oh, but nobody messes with them.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, but I mean, how many parts you make for an SVX motor?
None.
There you go. Thanks. Say, okay, FUD.
Oh,
You're
okay.
right into FUD territory.
I forgot now we're the salesman for. Okay.
No, all I'm saying is
Dude,
I'm pointing out a thing that nobody makes shit.
I have a 2.7 crank rods, pistons, and everything that I would give you
All right. Making things better.
if you want a 2.7.
What the?
I know. He's dead.
All right, so Crunch, you got anything else? You're busy surfing over there, not listening.
No, I'm paying.
What did I just say to Todd?
I have no clue. Safe travels, Tom,
Thanks, man.
and can't wait to hear how that goes.
Yeah, you too on your trip. We're not
Yeah.
going to see each other till
Yeah.
next Monday anyway. But
No problem.
All right, well, like I said, this is maybe I'll play this Monday, like just live for people.
Yeah.
Or not live, but like just play it back.
And then next
or
week.
a regular slot.
Why, thank you, Mike.
I think, well, I mean, a lot of people, like everybody last time, they're like, well, where the fuck are you guys?
Yeah.
And it was, have we done one since? No.
No, but I thought we had one in the barrel.
We probably did that, but that was the one that the audio was all.
Oh, yeah,
fucked
we had
up.
the one that failed big time.
Well, the one that really failed big time was the red line when we
Right.
got to get Howard
Yeah.
back on.
well, we couldn't get that back. For that
that was gone. There was
Right.
nothing we could do.
We actually need to do a couple.
Yeah, we need to do a couple and we need to put them in. And what happened is, like, look, I have to give myself a bunch of demerits because I just wasn't here. There was nothing I could do. So
Kindly give yourself some.
I'll take 10.
You
How does that
kindly
sound?
pass
And then we'll
them out.
offset it to 10 because I push all the buttons and make everything work most
right,
times.
but you kindly pass them out. So,
Well, we can fire you and then, okay, the podcast is gone.
Yeah.
So,
So
did you? Look,
I know.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway,
So what'll happen is we're going to be back probably not this coming Monday. So just because we did this on Sunday, this will probably quote unquote air.
it'll be the Monday show.
It'll be the Monday show, and we could probably publish it because I should have it done like Monday or maybe even two. I guess if I'm going to play it Monday, I got to have it done. Now I just fuck myself.
Yeah, you did. Yep.
You
All
have
right.
all day today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
It's 4:00
So, but we will be back again.
next Monday.
Next Monday. Well, not this coming Monday. The Monday after, because
Right.
you're away.
Right.
So, if everybody's listening to this thinking that it was the Monday show, the week of what would that be?
12.
Tanner, Tad, somebody help me that understands the date.
December 6th, so it'll be 7th, Monday the 7th.
All right, so the week of the 7th. So the week of the 8th, everybody should be here. You going to be here, Crunch?
No. So this show is going to air the 7th.
The 7th, right?
We'll be back the 14th.
The 14th.
Correct.
Oh, the 14th. Yeah, the 14th. Okay, yeah, that's
next
the next Monday.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Correct.
7 days in a week, right? Yeah.
Correct.
Still.
All right. Anything else from anybody else?
Nope.
We want some of our people to send some photos of the cars that they have to Facebook.
Post them.
Yeah, post it. And I did find a way, finally, that if somebody posts on that side, that I can
Bring it
sort of
over?
move it over. Yeah, because I finally got, and I got to get that guy Anthony Ferguson either to come in or call. Because he was one of the first guys and Crunch and I did an interview with. Never got a post.
Let's get him.
We'll get him. All right. We'll see you next Monday. Thanks.
Later.